It reminds us, number one, to know ourselves and to own our own stuff. Who are we? How are we wired? How can we be aware of our own challenges so that we can take responsibility and accountability for them? It reminds us to have courage when conflict arises, courage to be able to acknowledge and say, something just happened here, let's talk about it. Let's address this. That takes tremendous courage. It's not comfortable for many, and it's possible to grow into that. Let me tell you, I once was on the other side thinking, I wish I had the courage to do this, but I don't. The more you practice little by little, the more you grow in this courageousness to be able to face conflict and to deal with it. It constrains us to be respectful, to be fair, to be honest, to be respectful with those that we're trying to figure conflict out with, to be fair in the way that we're addressing the conflict, to be honest in the way that we're experiencing it, and to be honest in also acknowledging their perspective. And encourages us to have empathy, which is such a beautiful, beautiful, magnificent characteristic. To be able to say, what was it like to be on your side? I want to hear, I want to understand, I want to experience what it was like. I'm going to put my desire to share on hold so I can give you that courtesy, that benefit, so that I can understand. And usually there's epiphanies that come up. Recently I had I think I was sharing recently about a challenge at work with one of my employees that I was thinking I'd have to fire because of some conflict that was arising between them and myself, and I think it's legitimate, like the reasons for why I was moving towards this track. There was just a breakdown in communication, and finally I just had the owner of the company sit down with me and this employee, and one of the biggest insights from that meeting, as the owner helped mediate between the two of us, I had to help the employee understand, because they had some concerns that they never actually communicated. And I had to remind them, saying, I want to hear your concerns. I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear your perspectives. But when you hold me responsible for things that are in your mind without actually communicating them, that's unfair. Like, it's not fair to me that I don't have access to what you're asking me to attend to, because I don't have access to your mind until you actually put it into words and communicate. Communication skills are so important. So how can we communicate our concerns and conflicts? And then the other thing that it gave me an insight into is that, there are different perspectives, and I didn't have empathy until I understood, until I heard his story.